We are looking at this story on the front page of News Direct that says federal government orders clampdown on illegal oil refineries nationwide. We have Dr. Dayo Kayode here in the studio, as well as Dr. John joining us on Zoom. Now, Dr. I'm coming to you now. The point there is, Dr. Kayode in the studio is of the opinion that all those people you call illegal refiners, one way or the other, if we bring them all in and utilize their idea and their knowledge, one way or the other, transform them from the illegal tag to something legal, that we all will stand to benefit. You have been on the grassroots, you've interfaced with some of these people at one time. I remember interviewing you on this. What do you make of that?
Okay, I think it's actually a very complex situation as we speak. Very, very complex. We talk about the inefficiency of government process is there. Then we talk about the criminality that is involved. You see, what a lot of people don't know is that there are people presently that are involved in this thing that do not want the government to do anything about it. And these are big and mighty men within the Niger Delta zone. What they do is that because they benefit directly from some of these things, they do not want government to intervene. Even when government wants to intervene, they just don't want government. Why? Because they are not paying for the coup that they are using. Number two, they have an opportunity to sell in black market without restraint. Number three, because of fuel scarcity here and there, they also take advantage of the process. So we have the attitude of those that are making billions of money that do not want government to do anything about it. Then secondly, we also have the attitude of government that does not understand what can be done in this process. I have told you before, it's a very, very simple process these people are using. They get to a point, because our pipelines are not well secured, they identify a point where they can actually take crude from the pipe, they bust it, and they begin to take it into a standby boat. Usually what they use is a wooden boat that is always very close in a river nearby. So when they take this crude to this boat, they take it to this illegal refinery. And what do they do in this refinery? It's the same process of converting palm wine to koi or the ogogo they use. And they make a whole lot of money from it. Now government has also, on the part of government has promised over the time that they were going to do something about modular refinery. This was giving some section of the Niger Delta people hope that, okay, when this is done, perhaps they will have an opportunity to convert some of the people that are not prone to criminality. They will have an opportunity to convert them to doing the right in the community. But government is dragging its feet on this. Government cannot secure pipeline. Government too, the refineries they have, we should have discouraged people from buying from black market. It's not working. Mike, is annoying. The total capacity of the refineries we have in Nigeria today is somewhere a little below 500,000 barrels per day. As we speak, none of the four refineries or you put them together, has ever operated in 70% capacity in the last 5 years. And you remember that one of the promises that the APC government made when they came on board was, we are going to make the refineries work. You will remember this man from, I don't want to mention his name, from Rivers, who was actually part of the think tank of APC at that point, who was even suggesting so strongly that a liter of fuel may actually come to as low as 50 naira per liter when this government comes on board. So what we have presently with illegal refinery is a combination of criminality in our community and the negligence of government and inability of government to actually come through with majority of their very brilliant programs, policies, and ideas. And one of them is the issue of modular refinery. The present government or the governor of Edo State tried something like that. He said he was going to partner, though it is something that I don't want us to talk about the political intrigues that are involved in it. Later on, we got to know that the stake of the Edo State government in it is just little. But even not talking about the state, we want such modular refinery to come to life. When such comes to life, it will encourage more state government to do things like this and to inculcate people within their community to be part of the process. If we can do this, it will reduce it. because we will be able, at that point, we'll be able to identify people with criminal element and deal decisive with them. So as I said, it's a combination of criminality in our community and negligence of government.
All right, now, Dr. Kayode, the point there is that before you, the issue, he mentioned something, the issue of actors, either senior security agents or some people in maybe highly placed people. Recall that the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, at different times has come out outrightly to say, I don't like this security agent because he's either connected to one of those issues, illegal things, or the other. Please transfer him, we don't want him. He has said that different times to different security agents and all of that. Now, another person would say that, well, if these people don't have a cover from somebody who is highly placed or from a security agent, they can't even operate.
And I've said it, I've even said this, that look, all these guys that are there cannot do anything without the connivance of some people up there, without a kind of a safeguard from those people up there. Listen, as TVC is today, if somebody wants to steal a big camera, can that person pass through that gate without connivance of somebody who is going to cover him up? No. He has to. Look at, what's his name? That kidnapper. That kidnapper from Borno State or wherever. Being given a backup by even the military.
Okay, the so one in Taraba State, yes, the incident in Taraba State.
These are issues that we need to look at. And again, don't let us overlook this side of leadership conspiracy against the people, because successive governments have been talking of this refinery, spending a lot of money on this refinery, and then when they are out of government, they will say, why is that?
I remember turnaround maintenance.
Do you understand?
These were terms we knew right from
the last 3 decades. Do you get what I'm saying? So why is it that, okay, even look at this government, when coming in, subsidy is a fluke, is stealing our money, we are going to this. Immediately this government came in, they moved a price of petrol from 85 naira or so to 140. They say yes, no more subsidy, but look at it now, 4 trillion. So what are we talking about? All these things can be put under that topic. Leadership, both political, religious, whatever. Leadership, conspiracy against the people.
All right.
And not until when the people decide to rise up on that and say enough is enough. This thing is going to continue in this country.
All right. Now the issue of rising up, we have to put it in context.
Like discussing it, coming up with issues.
Very good.
Saying the truth.
Very good.
Rising up does not mean you got to be killing or be riotous or whatever.
I just wanted us to put it in context.
No, we got to come up with researched issues and solutions.
Very good. Dotun, just before we go, now the headline here on the news directly says that federal government orders a clampdown on the illegal oil refineries. This is not the first time. What hope do you see here? Because the president, from the report we got, was really touched by the viral videos over the weekend that he saw, and then had to issue a statement in that regard. Federal government ordering a clampdown. Talk to us from that window.
I believe the federal government, whenever they issue statement or directive like this, as a patriotic citizen, I believe the federal government. But again, when I revert back to what I call internally generated data, which is a compilation of what government has said in the past and didn't do, then I become a big skeptical, because we've had directive as to how to deal decisively with Boko Haram, and to a very large extent, I'm not sure we have all seen the kind of result that we've always wanted as a nation. So the issue of climb down, there's always been climb down, or what they call it in the Niger Delta on illegal refinery, but it's always selective. What I mean by selective, if they transfer one of the GOC today, if a new one comes, they will go after them, and once they get one or two of them, they invite the media to cover them. to create an impression for Abuja that they are working. But the reality also is that if we have all our security agents in Nigeria, and I mean all of them, DSS, police, all of them with the military, if we have them line up holding their hands like this, maybe from Kaduna to the Niger Delta zone, they cannot effectively police the pipeline. That is the reality. And I think this is where we need to go digital. It's going to cost us a lot, but digitalization is not something that we should not begin to talk about. I know you have seen a video in Dubai. It's one of the places I marked to visit. You discover that in a particular room, they were, I don't know whether it's in Dubai, but I know it's in the UAE. There's this particular room where they can monitor the movement of their crude oil. And I think Nigeria, we've got the brain, we've got the resource to actually begin to think along this line. So as much as we want to say there's conspiracy, we want to blame the security agencies and all that, I also want us to also be careful and to understand the peculiarity of the Niger Delta zone. Policing that place is a bit difficult without technology.
All right, Doctor, thank you very much. We saw that video, meanwhile, where there was a dashboard where they monitor every drop of crude, wherever it's going, and the source and where it's going, and and stuff like that. It was really amazing. All right, Dr. John, thank you very much for your time on the program this morning. I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, man.
And Dr. Dayo Kayode, thank you very much for coming as well.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.